Kayla, we got some news this week. Charles
Ooh.
Martinet, I think that's how you say it. I don't think it's Martinet,
I think
but I'm
so.
not. Um, Stepping back as
It's
Mario, no
fancier.
longer voicing the role of Mario, Luigi, Wario, all those guys that he voices, no longer doing. I'm pulling from Chris Scullion at VGC. Charles Martinet will no longer be voicing Mario, Nintendo has announced. In an official tweet, the company stated that Martinet, who has voiced the mascot for over 25 years, essentially all
Wow.
of our lifetime, will be
Yeah.
stepping down from the voice acting duties and will instead be taking on a new role of Mario ambassador. Quote, Charles Martinet has been the
Hmm.
original voice of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64, the statement reads. Charles is now moving into the brand new role of Mario ambassador. With this transition, he will be stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world, sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. It goes on to say that there's been speculation, things like that. And then there was an update from Nintendo that he is not the voice of Mario or any of the characters in the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That is a new Mario.
Interesting.
And he had tweeted, it was cute. He tweeted, he quote tweeted this announcement and said, "My new adventure begins. You're all number one in my heart." And I'm assuming you hear it in the Mario voice that he does. But what an interesting. I mean, it's funny. I saw a guy online on Twitter. Like, it's crazy how people are upset about this when a dude just retired. Like, it's not like he's been fired,
I mean,
or
he's
like the dude is like
yeah.
67 years old. Like, he's just what we
Yeah.
call retiring from his job.
Right.
But what an interesting thing. Like, it's one of those things, like, eventually, he wouldn't voice Mario at some point.
Yeah.
But I feel like it kind of came out of the blue. But did
Do
you
you
see
guys
the Mario
want like
movie?
I did. And I was like, did they want like an announcement? Like, oh, the next game is the last one,
Right,
like,
right.
how
For a
would that, this
character
is
who famously
this is
only
man's
says like
job.
4 things. Like, it's not like he ever has like real dialogue.
Yeah.
But
I actually saw
I
the Mario movie recently and I
it's so
loved
good.
it. I didn't
It
watch it in
is
theaters. I don't know why.
it is shockingly good. Like, it is so much better
Yeah.
than it has any right being.
Yeah.
But I did see there was another cute thing on Twitter. Apparently, because he voices Mario's dad in that movie.
Mhm.
And apparently, so his last line, like, for Nintendo was as Mario's dad saying, "Those are my boys," about him and Luigi. Two characters he voices, which is like, that's sweet. That's a cute little
That's cute.
thing.
I didn't really think about that. That's
Yeah,
adorable.
but so one of the
Yeah.
things I was gonna bring up was, like, do we think that Mario Wonder is his last game, or even the 3D Mario game that's gonna be the Odyssey 2 is his last game? But we already know it's not.
Mhm.
He's done. He's no longer
Yeah.
the voice. But I did think that this would be a good way, Kayla, to celebrate the history of the character, the history of the game, and talk about our favorite Mario
Yeah.
games. Also,
Aw.
Cognitive Clips coming in here. Kayla catching strays. Kayla, fake Mario fan confirmed.
Wow, rude.
Dang, got
No, I
haters
think
in the
that's
chat.
because I waited to see the movie.
No, I know. I know.
No, cognitive clips. No,
So
I,
yeah, what are some of your favorites,
loved
Kayla?
it. Oh, I am so excited to talk about my favorite games. I come from an era of my GameCube was my, like, console of
Sure.
my childhood. So I would say the games that I played there are probably gonna be the top tier for me personally, just like the ones that I have played that were nostalgic for me in my
Yeah.
childhood. So, number 1 for me has gotta be Super Mario Sunshine.
Let's go.
It is
Sunshine gets too much
it's
hate.
number 1. It does, and I know, like, maybe unpopular opinion here, but
That is a hot
I
take. The
just
internet
love
would say
it.
that is a hot take.
I'm coming in with the spicy hot takes. I also think that my next one is maybe a hot take as well.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
But that's just, it's nostalgia. I'm not
Well,
necessarily saying this is not objectively the best. Okay,
there's
I'm just
something to be
saying, like,
said
for me.
about the first or one of the first games that you play of a franchise being your favorite.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's a pretty common feeling for a lot of people, like that first one that you fall in love with
yeah,
being your favorite even 15, 20 years later. For like it
Yeah.
There's a reason, because it's like the first thing that gave you that feeling of like, oh wow, I really love this game and this franchise.
Yeah.
So I get it for sure. I mean, 64 is, it's not my one, but it's my two. And that's the first Mario
Okay.
game that I really remember playing. Like, we had an NES and an SNES, so I played. I mean, the first one I ever played was Super Mario Bros. On the NES. But as like a cognizant brain of like, I am choosing to go back and play this over and over and over again, what Super Mario 64 was that for me.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
And which was coincidentally the first time Charles Martinet ever voiced the character was Super Mario 64. So
Oh,
history.
wow. So that is really cool. I haven't played that one actually.
It's so good.
Which
Do you
that
have um the 3D All-Star collection on Switch? The one that has Sunshine, 64, and Galaxy?
I do.
But you haven't played it.
It wasn't great.
The like the
I know
collection in
I
general?
did. Yeah, it wasn't to me. I do wish that it had a little bit more polish. Like I know that it was really
Yeah.
just a port. So like
Yeah.
really there wasn't like it doesn't necessarily age as well, just like being like I didn't feel like it just being plopped onto the Switch was necessarily like the best. I do wish it would have been like maybe like enhanced a little bit or maybe like,
Same.
just a little bit of something added in there.
I agree.
But no, I have it. I didn't actually play Super Mario 64 on there yet. It is on my list. It's on my backlog of doom. But I have played Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy on the 3D All Stars port onto the Switch. But
Yeah.
I would say Super Mario Sunshine is actually my number two. I would say my number one is, is actually Super Mario Strikers, the soccer
Hell
game,
yeah.
is my
Let's
number
go.
one. Yeah. And that's really it's exactly like what you said. It was the first one I played. I played it with my little brother. I loved soccer, was like my life at the
Yeah.
time when I played this game. So
Football is
I
life.
personally played soccer. Yes, exactly. I love Ted Lasso, by the way, also. Also Galaxy is probably my number three. I also
Yeah.
loved Galaxy.
Yeah.
But
Terry in
Super
the
Mario
chat.
Strikers, it's
Oh, sorry, real
yeah.
quick, because you said Galaxy,
Galaxy
and then let's talk
representation.
more about Strikers. Terry says, "Ooh, see, my favorite Mario game is Galaxy. It was the first Mario game I devoured. Like I played the other ones, but Mario Galaxy was like a drug to me. Same." And we'll circle back to that, but let's talk about Strikers.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. The game is I love like the anime style, like
Hmm.
cartoon, like super dramatic, like their like hero shots are so much fun. And the couch co-op I love. What I don't love is the remake, or I guess is it remake,
Just
remaster?
like the new one,
What was it?
it's not
The
good.
new one, it's not good, and it really
Yeah.
sucks because I was so excited. If you guys are coming from the like our podcast, like I talked about it, I hyped it up. I was really excited because they did make it seem like you could play with up to 8 people and like have like a 4v4 situation, but it doesn't necessarily work like that. Y'all know
Mm-mm.
Nintendo's notorious for their lack of multiplayer,
Hmm.
easy uh, kind of flow of the multiplayer experience
Yeah.
is not good. But yeah, so that was the one I probably played the most, especially as a younger child. Um, but yeah, so that and then Galaxy's probably close up there. If not, I think Galaxy might be two, maybe three. Kind of like that's
Yeah.
my top three or those
For
three.
sure.
So
Yeah, Galaxy, man, I remember when the Wii came out, it was so hard to get a Wii when it first launched because everyone wanted
yeah.
one, and I begged my mom for it to be, like, my birthday and Christmas present combined, like, all I wanted was a Wii, specifically for Mario Galaxy, and when I
Yeah.
finally got it, same as Terry, I could not stop playing that game. I got 120 stars, like, 3 times. Like, I was obsessed with Super Mario Galaxy. However, I like 2 better. I ultimately like
Okay.
Super Mario Galaxy 2 more than 1. So I would say Mario Galaxy 2 is my favorite Mario game, and then Mario
Nice.
64, and then Galaxy 1. The
Okay.
Galaxy franchise, like, I would love. We still don't know what the next 3D Mario is gonna be. The safe assumption is Odyssey 2. I
Right.
would love if we got Galaxy 3, to be honest, or if
Mhm.
Odyssey 2 was a bit of a mix between Galaxy and Odyssey, and we had a little bit,
That would be
because like the
great.
Odyssey I did have as my
Similar
4,
concept.
Right, similar concept. Like, Odyssey I had as my 4, but I kind of really prefer, and maybe this is an outdated kind of opinion when it comes to Mario games. I prefer the I'm doing this level of Mario structure, whereas Odyssey is like you're just running around
Yeah.
finding the
Yeah.
moons and like doing kind of anything at will, which is fun the
Mhm.
first time, but I feel like the replay value isn't as good for me. Like I feel like I don't have as much fun doing it again because so many of the things are just like little things that you do as opposed to like
Yeah.
specific. There are levels in it, but
That
like
makes sense.
I don't know. The magic of Odyssey the first time still stuck with me so much. Like it is my number 4, but it's like my least played Mario game of the main ones because I've only played it the once and I've tried replaying it multiple times. And I just like can't get into it again.
Mhm.
Because I just like the magic is gone after the first time for me with Odyssey.
I agree.
But
I have the same
yeah,
stance, I would say,
hell yeah.
for that.
I knew I liked you. And then number 5 for me, I just put together 5. Super Mario Bros. 3, OG NES. It's my
Yeah.
favorite of the side-scrolling ones, of the 2D ones. Um, Also love that it's like low key a play happening.
Yeah.
And like so, yeah, I love Mario Bros. 3. Um,
Mhm.
Anytime I have a chance to play that, I will because it's
Gotcha.
nearly perfect for a 2D platformer. Couple from the audience, and then if you have any more,
Ooh,
let's talk
yeah.
about those. Adam, friend of the show, Super Mario RPG, a game I've still not played that I'm excited to play on November 17th when that launches on Switch this fall.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And
Oh my gosh, more.
yeah, and then Greg, friend of the show, Superstar Saga, another one that I have not played. So I
I haven't
don't know if
either.
that's available on Switch and any of the like. I need to look to see if it's on any of the like online consoles. I don't think it is, but I need to play Superstar Saga because I've not played that one either.
I would
Cognitive
say
Clips.
honorable. Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
last one. No, no. That's on me. Cognitive Clips. I'm the real fake Mario fan because I don't think I beat a single mainline game between World and SNES and Odyssey. That's okay. We don't all have to beat every game.
Yeah,
Play games the
it's
way you want
hard.
to play games. Honorable mentions,
Wow.
Kayla, hit me.
Honorable mention. I actually, I don't know how you feel about the Paper Mario games. I enjoyed the original Paper Mario game. Thought it was fun. Didn't necessarily enjoy the most recent one, Origami King. I
Sure.
think that's Paper Mario and the Origami King. I don't know why it just didn't necessarily appeal to me as much, but I think the first one is cute. I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. And then the other, obviously, you got to throw in Mario Party. The one that
Sure.
I played the most was probably
Respect.
um, I think it was Mario Party 7. Is that the one that was on GameCube or 8?
I
Forget
think
which one.
7. It might have been
7?
both, honestly. It might have been both.
Honestly, yeah, you're
'Cause they
right.
churn those things out.
But I would play just the mini games. Like I would go and just like play. I mean, I would play the game like with my family, but I would just go down and play mini games, and I
Oh, for
just
sure.
remember them very fondly. But yeah, that's my
Yeah,
honor.
I didn't put any of the, like, spin-off games in my list,
Yeah.
but if I had included those, one of the Mario Karts probably would have been one for me. Like, I
Yeah.
fucking love Mario Kart so much. Honestly, probably the one on
Yeah.
Switch is my favorite of all of them.
Yeah.
But there's
For sure.
so many
There's a
good Mario
ton.
games. It's insane. And then that doesn't even
Yeah.
talk about the Luigi's Mansion games and all the different
Right.
yeah, they're all great. Let us know what we
R.I.P.
missed. RIP. Let us know what we missed, what your favorite Mario game is, because I'd love to know.